Hola, hello, happy Monday. Time to get real. Are we ready? Woo! Another great week. I'm excited. This is going to be a good week. I know. I can feel it. It's going to be a good week. And you know why it's going to be a good week? Because I'm telling myself this is going to be a good week. And I truly believe that the messages that we send to ourselves consistently, these thoughts we always have, they come true if we keep thinking them over and over and over. So it is going to be a good week. Now, if you saw yesterday's weekly topic introduction, or you saw Saturday's podcast, you will know that I was having a bad mood moment. I'm calling it a bad mood moment because I think we have moments that sometimes we allow to turn into a bad mood overall. And so today we are talking about acting yourself out of a bad mood moment. So if you'd watched the podcast from Saturday, it was so sad. I don't even think I smiled once. I am so sorry. There was no good feels happening there at all. So it was not motivational, not inspirational. It's kind of just ugly. But I was like in this funk, this bad mood, which really doesn't happen very often. I'll get like a fleeting negative thoughts or something, but I'm pretty good at being able to just turn that right off and turn it into something positive. But this mood was kind of sticking around, and I was just having kind of a long moment. And so it was one of those poor me situations, not necessarily why me, but just poor me, my life is so bad kind of thing. Now, my girls, Robin and Jillian, will sometimes call me dramatic, which I don't really agree with in general. But I may have been having a dramatic moment. And so it was one of those moods where you just want to F-bomb a lot, at everything. I don't know. That's how I like to take my bad mood out. The more swearing, the better. And so that's what I did. I had to do yard work, which I do not like. And I was not even just in my head. And now I'm home by myself. I'm doing it by myself. And I was F-bombing out loud to no one. I was swearing at the effing plants that I had to cut down, and the effing hose that got stuck on the rock that wouldn't roll up easily, and the effing hornets that were inside the hose reel that I had to go get the effing wasp spray to effing kill. And then, I'm sorry if you're a hornet lover, but yeah, those babies died that day. They didn't stand a chance at my good mood. I was F-bombing the wheelbarrow. The effing wheelbarrow was so hard to push because it was so heavy, because I effing overloaded it. What the F is wrong with me? And every other effing thing I could think of. Really, you guys, it was potty mouth central. So it was actually really funny. When I was prepping this podcast, I was laughing out loud to myself because it was so comical and really so childish, but whatever. Sometimes it happens. So in the middle of this hissy fit, I stopped and was like, Dawn, what in the hell is wrong with you? What are you so upset about? And so I thought about it for a minute, and I kind of concluded that it was a combination of a few things. First of all, I was feeling sorry for myself because I feel like I'm working really hard right now and not really getting anywhere. So I don't know if you ever feel like that, but I just kind of feel like I'm stuck at the moment and my wheels are spinning, and I'm in this mode where I feel like I constantly have to make progress, and nothing is moving fast enough for me right now. I just feel stalled. So, podcast isn't taking off fast enough as I want it to, and I'm not making enough money fast enough as I want to, and just things in my life are just not going as fast as I want it to. So I'm kind of having this issue with instant gratification that I need to step back and just take control of. So I was feeling a little insignificant, maybe is the word, because sometimes doesn't the world just seem to go by without you? No matter how important you think you are, in certain situations, it's like everything just goes on without you and you just really don't matter. And so, yes, now when I say that out loud, it sounds really, really dramatic, but so I was kind of just feeling insignificant, and that's my issue, you know. Go ahead and if you haven't seen it yet, find that or watch that video, Finding Your Tribe. I think that maybe will shed a little light as to, you know, sometimes why we feel that way. And then another thing, I wasn't able to call up my go-to friend, the one that I complain to, my Vicky, because she's on vacation, having a great time, which makes me happy, but I didn't want to bug her with any of that and, you know, bring her down. So, and I don't really want to bother anybody else. You ever feel like that? It's like, oh, if I could just talk to so-and-so, but I don't want to bother them. So it was that. Plus I was just tired and worn out from the week. And I think it's so hard to stay positive sometimes when you're just worn out. And then, plus I had drank too much Bailey's that morning. That's the first way that I tried to get out of my bad mood, was the Bailey's and the Timbits. Watch that story from yesterday. That was dumb. And then I hate yard work. So there's that. So that put me in a bad mood. So I think all of those things together was just, it presented itself with this bad mood. Okay. So yeah, maybe a little dramatic. I don't know, but I stopped everything I was doing. When I said to myself, Dawn, what the hell are you like so upset about? I just stopped. I stopped what I was doing and I like laid on the ground in the pea gravel that I was trying to weed. And I just laid on my back and I looked up at the sky and I started to cry. I think it was like 3 tears because I'm not a crier. So 3 tears is probably like a waterfall for most people. I cried 3 tears, then I don't know, I just have this automatic reaction just to shut it down. I just don't like crying. For me, crying for you is fine. Crying for me, not fine. And so I think I cried like 3 tears max. And I started to look at the sky. And then I started to really look at the sky and how beautiful it was. It was blue. It was such a beautiful day out on Saturday. It was blue and there was like an occasional puffy cloud. And I started to remember all the things that I'm grateful for. First of which at that moment was the sky. I'm like, oh, thank you, God, that there's a sky that I can look at and just feel part of something bigger. And then I started thinking, when I'm thankful for my kids and the fact that I'm even able to do yard work. I was like, Dawn, there are people out there that can't walk, that wish they were out here doing yard work. And you're complaining about having to pull some plants out of the ground? I mean, give me a break. That's ridiculous. And then I kind of started to come out of my funk and I was feeling a little bit better. And this is all happening like within a, 30 second time frame. So I was laying there and I was starting to feel better. And then all of a sudden I thought I felt a spider crawl on me and I freaked out. I jumped up faster than anybody could jump up because I hate spiders. And I was doing one of these like, the spider. And I started to forget why I was in a bad mood. And then, I went about my business, I just blared some music, started getting some things accomplished. Robin and her friend Rachel came home. They brought pizza. I ate the cheese and the pepperoni off the pizza. It was good. Then my mom came over unexpectedly and we had a nice visit and I started feeling better. And that night, after everybody, went to bed or left, I went to bed and started watching a movie. I started watching Grease. So it's just one of those feel-good movies that you can I don't know, nostalgic almost. And I was feeling better, not great, not perfect, still a little bit funky, still a little bit down, but I knew that everything would seem better in the morning. And then I woke up the next morning and it did. Everything was fine. It was just a moment. Do you ever have those moments? I'm going to guess probably yes. Okay. So yeah, I bet you have. And so I kind of just wanted to tell you what works for me. And then hopefully then you can figure out what would work for you to kind of move yourself through those moments. Because I think a lot of the times we have those moments and we think, well, I'm just in a bad mood. And then we talk ourselves into staying in a bad mood instead of talking ourselves out of being in a bad mood. And so a couple things that you can try. First of all, the 5-minute rule. So allow yourself to be upset or sad or frustrated or angry or whatever it is that you're feeling at that moment. allow yourself 5 minutes to feel it. Just lay on the ground and feel it. Sit still and feel it. Pace the room and feel it. You know, if you have to, set a timer for 5 minutes. Think about it. Feel it. Let it go through your body. And then take some deep breaths in and blow it out. So breathe in the good energy, breathe out the bad energy. You know, I told you I was starting to try to do, I'm going to say meditation style things. I'm not going to say meditation yet because I don't know that I could put myself in that category yet. So I'm just kind of beginning this whole silence or prayer, or I mean, I'm pretty used to prayer, but I think just the thought of meditation and silence and breathing in the good and breathing out the bad, those are all things that I never thought would work for me before. And I'm really trying to reframe the way I think about things. And so take 5 minutes, feel it, and then start to breathe it out. Okay. My nose is running because it's freezing in my house, but I'm not turning on the heat. I'm sorry. I'm not. So allow yourself to feel it, and then change your surroundings. Get out of the house. I think if you're in the office, get away from your desk just for 5 minutes. You know, go take a quick walk around the building. That's what I did yesterday. I said, you know what? I'm just in this house by myself. I got to get out of here and just change the scenery. So got in the car, started driving. Turn down some loud music, you know, have some good pump you up songs that you love to listen to. Another thing I've done before, I save, like I'm very fortunate throughout the years. I've gotten lots of cards and emails and texts and letters and things from people, you know, telling me how much they love me and, you know, how much I've helped them and things like that. So I'll get some of those out and I'll just read them and say, Dawn, you are not insignificant. You do have a purpose. Remember what your purpose is. And so, you know, read old letters and emails and things like that, things that make you feel good. Have a little folder for those things just to kind of, you know, give you that pep when you need it. Call or visit a friend. You know, that's always helpful, just to talk it through out loud with someone else and talk to yourself about it. If there's nobody available, talk yourself out of it. Just, you know, say to yourself, okay, what is it that you're feeling? Why are you feeling this way? Is it valid? Is there any proof to support that? Most likely no. Most likely you're just making that, you know, that saying, a mountain out of a molehill. And it's really not really as bad as you think it is. So try to talk yourself out of it by telling yourself what you're grateful for. Oh, here's a big one. Fix the problem. If there's something specific that's happening that's putting you in a bad mood, fix it if you can. That should have been number one. I should have said that first. You know, watch your favorite movie. And then my big one is accomplishing something. If there are things that are out of my control that are kind of getting me down, controlling something always makes me feel better. And so accomplishing something is good. So that was the whole purpose behind when I was kind of feeling upset going to Kroger, just getting, you know, just mindless things. I knew I had to get my groceries. I knew I had to start cleaning out the yard. And then when you look back and think, oh, I got that done. At least there's that. That kind of makes you feel good too. So those are just some of the things that I thought of that kind of help springboard me back into a good mood. And if there's something that you use in particular to kind of get you out of those funky moments, comment on this video. Let us know, because we all need help with that. We all need help with that. But the thing to remember is that the moment will pass if you allow it to. If you don't hold on to it, if you let it go, and I'm not even just saying let it go, push it away. All right? We do not need to hold on to that negativity inside of us. That's when that downward spiral starts to happen. And so remember, if you allow it to, and if you take action, that moment will pass and you can just let it go and move on to something bigger and better, something that is constructive, something that makes you feel good. And pretty soon that bad mood moment will be just that, a memory gone. Okay, so that's what I want your action step to be for today. Is I want you to have a go-to list of things to do or things to try the next time you're having one of those moments. You know, Maybe this list, print out the list that is in the description of this video. You know, maybe you're just like, you want to make a list of, 3 songs, 2 movies, and 4 friends that you can call, the next time that you're having a moment. But just have that available and do it now when you're in a good mood, because when you're in the midst of that moment, you're probably not going to be thinking, now, what is my favorite song to listen to? Who was that person that I said I was going to call? That kind of thing. So have that right there at your fingertips ready to go. And then as always, please like, follow, share, subscribe, and then tune in tomorrow. So tomorrow, Tuesday, we are talking about the relating and are you a lighthouse or a towboat? So that's going to be about, are you guiding people in the right direction or trying to pull them in the right direction? So tune in for that for tomorrow. Have a great day. Thank you for spending this last 16 minutes with me. I really hope that you get something out of it. And if so, share it with a friend, because we are trying to spread this real life movement and make everybody just as happy and awesome as we are. So have a great day. Peace.